Aquarius. General reading rules for reverse may not resonate because she got some problems going on at home. Ready to get a divorce. You do have a very small house there. Well, you can't change her. You can't. These were the terms and conditions that you signed when you got together and decided to start a family. Now all of a sudden, yes, costs went up. So she needs to learn how to cut shit out of her life. I mean, back in the olden days, I mean, you only got stuff a couple times a year. A guy, you wore the same suit every week, my grandma said. Unless something happened, of course, and you put your Sunday suit on. But, and the shirt, I think she did the shirts for him. But everything else, you just wore it all week. Same with her. You have your house dress, your, you know, your dinner dress, and then your Sunday dress. This was still all the way up in the 30s to 40s because of the Depression. We're basically in a depression now. Everything costs more than everybody can afford. So you need to make cuts. Well, I don't know. She never wanted to eat as it was. Now all of a sudden there's more paws at the house. She's mad. I don't understand her. I really don't. Yeah, you're sick and yeah, I know. Partying sometimes makes it worse for people because what are you going to do? Disappear for the weekend? When you've never done that in your life? I don't know. Is the flip side of you coming out finally? Yeah, you're just like hanging around. Move into the basement. Make it your apartment. You had a crossroads over lovers and the divorce thing here. You want to reunite with somebody and put your marriage to death. You're sick of working on it. Well, why can't she go clean houses a couple times a week to get some extra money? What's the big deal? If she picks up a couple house cleaning shifts. That's pretty much all she's looking at. Besides, unless she goes, a lot of moms like her, what's wrong with them all? Go work up at it's hard. She's not going to get into makeup counters. Then you get discounts on stuff. You get 20% off. So, I don't know what, and then that will get her out of the house. Go be a lunch lady. I mean, you're not talking down on her. This is just what she's looking at. Well, she did that. She's the one that painted the false pretty picture for her life, and now she can't keep up to the plate. She did that. She created this illusion for herself, and then lived in it. That's being delusional. Don't, yell at her. Don't hurt her family. She's very, how she is. But, I mean, that's what she's looking at. There's money problems. Everybody's going through money problems right now. Yeah, I mean, the kids are, and a lot of sports are a lot of money. My kids were 8 years apart. I grew them up separately, so I cannot relate to you. I cannot answer these questions. What is everybody else doing? Why are you the one supposed to be talking about this to people? Why isn't she doing that? Because she painted this false pretty picture for herself. Everybody is going through this. Thank God you don't have 6 kids like some people. Yeah, you just want to be single. You're guarded. There's drama starting at home. And a burden. The burden, because you're rejecting her. Well, you're going to have to move downstairs and clear your mind. If you are fighting that bad, why doesn't she go get a job at night at the mall or something? She could be an aide. She's not going to like that, though. You don't need a degree for that. And you want romance. And you're burdened and stressed out. Betrayal. Do you think she cheated on you? Don't even, who cares? You don't need a reason to leave somebody. Especially in this, Pennsylvania is an at-will state. And it's just about money, and you two aren't on the same page anymore, it looks like. It looks like you are going to go through with this divorce. It looks like it's starting to happen. And you're in mental entrapment over it. Everybody's going through the money thing. Regardless, she's going to have to get a job if Yin's get a divorce or not. So, I mean, she needs to just start that process right now. It's not your fault that she created illusion for herself and lived through it however long Yin's were married. And she can't keep up with that illusion anymore. That's her problem. She needs to figure out what she can live with and what she can't live without. Going into the work, I mean, she'll need black slacks and whatever, but she can work at, Penny's or Macy's. That's where women like her go. She doesn't have experience in anything. She's not going to get out the makeup counter. You'll be paying alimony and child support for a little bit, probably, unless you give her the house. I don't know. I don't know what your bills are. You have to sell the house unless you give it to her, and then that balances out the alimony. If you give her the house, could balance out the alimony, and you would just owe child support until they're 18. You could probably do something like that. But she can't afford the house. She's not going to be able to afford a house. What is she going to do? You just need to move down in the basement. That's all Yin's can really do right now. She doesn't have... I mean, because of the kids. I mean, you might be stuck until the kids. Now you're at the doorway. Well, you could do splitting up together. Yeah, there's still, the block didn't go up yet. It's in reverse because you have a lot on your mind because you're a very caring person and you're in regret because you want to go by yourself. But, I mean, just as the situation is right now, she needs to get out of the house. She's taking all this out on you, and tell her to go sign up at CCAC. What is the big deal? Well, yeah, you're not responsible for her loans. You're responsible for your own loans. And you're burdened over this. So you need to try and... There's nothing Yin's can do right now. You can move downstairs. That's about it. Yeah, the tower didn't come yet because you need a plan. You both do. She needs to get out of the house. You're not being rude. You're telling her flat out to her face, this is the reality that you created for yourself. You painted this false picture and now you can't keep up with it. Yes, divorce is on the horizon. Divorce is on the table. But right now, no, you two need to learn how you're going to get through this. She can't afford to go out on her own. She can't afford, even if you would sign the house over to her, she can't afford to finish paying it off. So if you would give the house to her to balance out the, can she afford the mortgage? She can't even get approved for the mortgage if the house isn't paid off. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she has this false pretense of her life. She would still have to get approved for the rest of the house. Like, you would buy her out of it to balance out the alimony, but she can't afford to finish paying it off unless the house is almost paid off. I don't know. You just have to sit there and figure out your bills. I mean, you can't even think about divorce or anything until the bills are kind of paid off. Unless you have everything split. Like me and my husband had everything split. It wasn't a problem. I don't know why. You have too much thing. You need to think of one thing at a time because you're juggling. You're thinking it's a failure. It's not a failure. It's just a small house and you two can't get away from each other and she needs to get out of the house. Think about people from your past. Yeah, stop. You need to focus on, hands down, what's going on right now, because you're in juggler mode. I mean, when are you cheating on her? You're at work all day long, and then you go home every single day, and it looks like she's doing terrorism on you. I mean, she needs to get a life. You're at the gatekeeper. I'm telling you what you need to do. Balancing will be restored. The soul fragments. Pieces of you being shattered everywhere. And then they get put back together again, what's left. So you need to learn how to get rid of the stuff, what's not working, and keep what is. Spirit evolution. Set your heart free. Third eye vision. Reclaim your mind. I mean, I don't hear the kids crying that you can't afford something for them, and they're crying like it's not that bad. Like you had to cut like that much food out of your budget, you know. Okay, you need to get back centered. Yes, it's on the horizon, but you two need to learn how to deal with this. What is the plan? Spiritual evolution. Set your heart free. Don't yell at her. Be front up at the table. Nothing there. You know, have the, you know, kids get babysat for a couple hours. You two need to have an adult meeting. Sober. Lead the way. Light the own path. Write it down. What is she pissed at? What are you pissed at? What can you change? How can you do this together? You're going to have to split up together. How many years are left until they turn 18? Because a divorce could take, you know, I'm 3 years. So you could start the divorce when one of them's 15, 16, you know, something like that. It's on the horizon. You know, you're splitting up together. It's very common. I moved upstairs, but you two had to stay separated. You know, you can't be going back and forth. I shut the door and I went upstairs. I didn't talk to him for a whole year. I quit being a wife. I was like, I quit. So, I mean, you have to mean it, though. You can't be all sexually frustrated and sleep with each other. You do have to mean it.